stream. So, I'm going to show you the Who Zoo's YouTube page, because there's some videos on here that you may want to watch yourselves in your own time. So this is the Who Zoo and Dinosaur World's page, which is where I'm going to be going next week to do the capybara experience. So there it is, look. It's at Who Zoo and Dinosaur World. That is their YouTube page. And some animals I saw last time I went there, which was in October, were these porcupines. So I'm going to play this video. It's only a brief one because apparently they share the same enclosure as the meerkats. So I'll play this video. It's 2 minutes 18 long. So let's watch this video about the porcupines at the Who Zoo. Ignoring, we won't bother with the with the advert at the moment. So we'll skip the advert and I'll play it. I'll play it from the start. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Alison, head keeper here at Who Zoo, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our Indian crested porcupines. So we have two boys here at the zoo. Their names are Nungu and Tiny Tim.
I saw them in October. They are lovely.
These porcupines are native to southern Asia and the Middle East. And
Yes, it is. Yes, it's Who Zoo. Hence the title.
But these guys are covered in multiple layers of modified hair called quills. They have longer, thinner quills covering the outer layer and shorter, thicker quills hidden underneath.
Wow, look at them.
The quills tend to be the much sharper ones that do the most damage to predators. They are made out of keratin, same as our fingernails, and they are relatively lightweight and flexible. They drop out like hair and grow new ones back all the time. Each quill is connected to a muscle at the base, so they can raise them up and make themselves look bigger and scarier to potential predators. They actually can't shoot their quills like a lot of people think, but they reverse back into their predator to stab them with the quills. They can also rattle the hollow quills at the base of their tail as a warning.
Ah, they're lovely.
Their habitats include rocky hillsides, scrublands, grasslands and forests. They are ground-dwelling and burrowing animals. They have strong feet that allow them to create suitable burrows. They are herbivores and the main diet includes grasses, grains, roots, bulbs and fruit. They have also been known to gnaw on bones to acquire minerals such as calcium to aid their quill growth. They are nocturnal animals and spend up to 7 hours a night foraging. They remain in their underground dens during the daytime. Indian crested porcupines are monogamous and females produce one single litter a year.
Look at its face.
Babies are born with short, soft quills that start to harden just hours after being born. They are least concerned at the moment and populations are stable. Their lifespan in the wild is around 10 years, however they can live 18 to 20 years in captivity. Thank you for listening to my porcupine talk. If you have any questions, please ask one of our helpful keepers.
So there you go. So that's about the porcupines at the Who Zoo. And I saw both of them last year, Nungu and Tiny Tim. So they are the second largest rodent in the world. Capybaras are number 1. And I went to Rodbaston last week and I saw there 2. In fact, they've got 3 porcupines. Check back on my Rodbaston playlist from last week and you will see them. And I also saw porcupines, 2 of them at Reese Heath. Again, check my playlist on them as well. There was 2 there and one of them was having a right go at the bark on the tree. But those 2, hello Olivia, those 2 are at Who Zoo. So yes, K-Boy, it's a zoo, hence the term. Capybaras are a mouse. No, they're basically related to a guinea pig. They're known as guinea pigs, like a giant one, yeah. Hello to you who've joined. So I've just played the Who Zoo's video there on the porcupines, because I'll be seeing them next week. Hello to you. So I'll see if they have got a capybara on here. They may not do, because but then again I don't know. They've got the skunks, they've got meerkat experiences, they've got wallabies. They've got, oh, hang on, they have got a capybara video, which I will play now. It's not it's not necessarily their capybara, but it'll give you an idea of what a capybara is if you've never seen one, because they've got quite a lot of animal videos on here. So check back on their page. So it's at Who Zoo and Dinosaur World. That's their YouTube channel. They've got prairie dogs as well, which I love. I'm obviously going to do the capybara next week. So this is actually a National Geographic video about capybara, but it will give you an idea of what to expect. So I will play this video. Did you book your holiday? Oh yes, I'm going on a cruise. No, I'm not a gangster. Try and keep the comments not random, please. Anyway, this is the capybara video.
Hi, my name's Ryan and I'm one of the keepers here at Who Zoo and Dinosaur World.
So yes, it is.
To you about our capybara. These semi-aquatic animals are actually the largest rodents in the world, making them close relatives of smaller animals such as guinea pigs, mice and rats. Being semi-aquatic means they enjoy just as much time in the water as they do on land. You'll quite often find our capybara enjoying a dip in their pond any time of the year. They are very well adapted to spending time in the water, with their eyes, ears and nose being located high up on their head. The rest of their body remain fully submerged for lengthy periods, which is very similar to the hippo. These large rodents can be found in wetlands and forests across central and northern parts of South America, but there is also a small invasive population that has been found in Florida. Like other rodents, the capybara's teeth will continuously grow, meaning they need to wear them down by eating different foods, including aquatic plants and grasses. This makes them a herbivore. Capybara are quite happy to live alone, but will also live in groups of up to 40 individuals. They only have one season each year, but will have up to 5 young in each litter. The population is considered stable, but in certain areas they are severely threatened due to hunting for their skin. If you have any questions about our capybara, please do not hesitate to ask a keeper.
So there you go. That's a video about the capybaras at the Who Zoo. So I'll be going there next week to do the experience at the Who Zoo. So I hope you look forward to the live stream, which will be next week. So anyway, I'm now going to read you the story about Cinnamon's Great Escape. Would you like to hear it? Cinnamon's Big Adventure. So I'll start the story. Cinnamon's Big Adventure. Cinnamon the capybara went on an adventure. What did she get up to? Well, let me tell you. She lived at Who Zoo with her family. It's great. But she yearned to know what was beyond that gate. One day they came to mow the grass. Cinnamon spotted her chance and slipped right past. There's the pictures in the book, Cinnamon's Big Adventure. Continuing on. Cinnamon the capybara didn't want to run away. She just felt like she needed a holiday. She took sunnies, a map, a bag and a hat, but capybaras can't read maps. She didn't think about that. She went to Buck Palace and climbed a Welsh mountain, saw Blackpool Tower and went Nessie hunting. There's the next 2 pages of the book. I do like the illustrations in this book. They've been done by Hercule van Wolfwinkel, and Tracy J. Morgan wrote the book. And his illustration, Hercules, one of them that he did, went viral. So then they had the idea at the Who Zoo to create the story. So when you do the experience, I'm obviously going to find all this out and probably more. So stay tuned. Exciting series next week. Tuesday next week, March the 4th, Who Zoo, 10:25. I'm going to start the live stream and I'll be going into the enclosure with Mel and the other keeper. And, well, she's the keeper doing it, but anybody else that's doing the experience as well. And if I'm on my own, it doesn't matter. I'll be with Mel and I'll pass the camera to her and she can video me feeding them. Stay tuned. Exciting coming next week. Then Cinnamon remembered it was her birthday. Excited to celebrate, she went to the ballet. then to the cafe for crisps and a pop. Cinnamon burped with joy and chattered a lot. When she felt it was time to go home, she knew the general direction and set off to roam. But as we mentioned before, she can't read maps, and getting home was a series of mishaps. And there's a picture of her there, look, trying to go home, but she went the wrong way. And obviously, because they did do a birthday party for her, actually, during October, because it says that it was her birthday, so she did have a birthday apparently. It's on their Facebook page and also their Instagram. She found her way back to Shropshire quite easily, but from there on in she got a bit weary. The roads were busy and the cars were scary. It scared the poop out of her and things got a bit hairy. So she turned and ran into the greenery where she was safe in the woods and could enjoy the scenery. And there's the picture there. The cars and obviously the Shropshire sign. But she only went next door near the Ministry of Defence place. So she was only a couple of 100 metres from her enclosure. But you're going to find out this next week when I ask the keepers all this, right? I do know the answers, but I'm going to ask them the questions anyway, because it'll give you guys the opportunity to hear it for yourselves on camera. Carrying on the story, she saw rabbits and birds, a herd of cows and sheep. After a while she got tired and lay down to sleep. When she woke up, no sweet potato in sight. She ate grasses and grew fatter with every bite. She made friends with a blue tit who thought she was a dog, and they met a mouse that thought she was a hog. And there's the other 2 pages there. So there you go. So there's the story. Moving on. Cinnamon explained she was a large rodent, you see. Biggest in the world, she exclaimed with glee. And as that video pointed out just, she is related to guinea pigs and other rodents, but she is the world's largest rodent, and then obviously porcupines are the second. She found a big pond and went for a dip, and thought to herself, this is a good trip. But after a while she got very lonely. She was missing her family. Her home was more cosy. And there's the picture of her family there. Her mum and dad and her brother Churro. And there was Cinnamon. Just nowhere to be found. Until a week later. And then obviously, back at the zoo, the keepers were frantic. Not sleeping at all, they were all in a panic. Cinnamon's trip had been a secret one. Whoozoo were worried, they thought she was gone. She was temporarily. Americans, no, British. News and social media told her story, but it did make it to America. World famous Cinnamon in all of her glory. The public were smitten and willing her back. The keepers even had drones to help them keep track. And yes, it did make the world news. It got to America, China, New Zealand, Australia. So they've got drones. They did use drones to find her. And obviously they were looking all over the place for her, but they did find her eventually. And obviously capybaras, they are pets in America as well, apparently. She slept a few nights under the stars and the moon, but when it got chilly she wanted her room. Then one day while swimming she heard a familiar sound, the keepers calling her name. She had been found. They jumped in the pond and swam to support her, got soaked to the skin with some very stinky water. So there's the pictures. It isn't a weird book. It's about the capybaras and about the capybara that escaped from a zoo in England. It's not a weird book, it's actually a children's book. When Cinnamon got back, she told everyone about it. The bagpipes, the crisps, the mountain and the blue tit, the large pond and the fields and the woods and the trees, the insects, the frogs, the snails and the bees. She had been on a journey, her adventure such fun, but she was back again now and promised never to run. So there's, again, the pictures of her back home. And then we've got the final page now. She snuggled up with her mum, her dad and her brother, happy to be home and back with each other. And all at Whozoo were full with glee, for Cinnamon the capybara was home for a tea. And there is the real one that's at the Whozoo in Shropshire. And there's the family of them all there. So, and that's the book based on Cinnamon's story, escaping from the Whozoo for a week, but it made world news. So there you go. So next week I'll be doing the experience, and I will obviously do the live stream. So stay tuned at CallSmith25 to subscribe. and I'll see you guys in the next video. And I hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you for watching.